kind of like our final stream of the week. The way I always look at it is this kind of feels like the end of a kind of a period, and then Friday is the start of the next period. So kind of feels like we're getting to the end of what has been a pretty mad little run with SmackDown and WrestlePalooza and Raw and NXT with TNA invading. Now we've just got Evolve to kind of send us off for a little bit of a breather. Obviously, there's no wrestling that we cover tomorrow, so a little bit of a breather, and then we're back again on Friday for SmackDown, and then of course we're back again on Saturday for No Mercy, and then of course we're back again for Raw, for NXT, for Evolve, and back round we go. So yes, looking forward to this show. Obviously we're coming off the back of two really enjoyable shows. Raw, I think, really delivered. We've spoke about that. And Evolve, I think, hopefully is going to keep those good vibes going after NXT was invaded. So what do we have from Evolve? Well, we can find out together, because we've got Blake Howard's, we have got Robert Stone. They're going to let us know what is on tonight's episode. So let's check this out.
I'm Robert Stone.
And I'm Blake Howard.
And this is your weekly WWE Evolve 2B teaser.
Rob, we've heard some rumor mills swirling over the last couple of hours. It looks like Stevie Turner might have a big announcement tonight on Evolve, but what could it be?
Yeah, well, that is debatable if she's going to come through. But if she does, more power to her. I'm looking forward to her. But I will say this. The tag team division has been heating up. And tonight, my guy Part is here. Hey. Swipe right is going to be like...
Hey, fellas. Your boys.
Well, why don't you tell your boys who they're facing tonight? Come on, you can
Chase you.
Yeah, Chase you. Last field trip.
Last field trip, indeed. You know, 8 p.m. tonight. Chase you.
Yep.
We're Evolve.
See you there.
We'll see you.
Yeah. Catch it all tonight on Tubi.
Okay, well, there we go. So it looks like
Robert Stone.
And I'm Blake Howard.
looks like
And
we're going to be
this is your
getting Swipe Right against Chase U. I kind of found the sound to be really bad with that. I don't know why WWE don't help them out a little bit. I mean, they've got all this equipment around. Was there not like a sound boom that they could have used or something? So audio on that seemed a little bit off. But yeah, I really appreciate these videos, because WWE does a rubbish job of promoting Evolve. And actually Robert Stone has to do these himself, and they go out on his channel. It's not like it goes out on the WWE channel or anything. So yeah, I don't think they do a very good job at all of kind of really shouting about Evolve, promoting Evolve. And so it's kind of left down to Robert Stone, who of course is one of the commentators. It's kind of left down to him to do the promotional work. So it looks like we're going to be getting Swipe Right against Chase U. So that'll be good. Kel Dixon, Uriah Connors taking on Swipe Right. Should be a banging match. I was actually quite impressed with what we had seen from Chase U yesterday on NXT. I thought they looked quite good in that 6-man tag match against Dark State. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what we get tonight. But there we go. That was a little preview. Okay, right, let's go down. Carr said, Daze, how are we doing? Should they book Lindsay Dorado more on Evolve? Oh, hello, Carr. An Evolve question, love this. Should they book him more? Not particularly. I mean, Lindsay has not been brought back as a wrestler. He's been brought back as like a trainer. He works more like behind the scenes. He's more a producer, coach kind of a role. So I think what Lindsay's job is to just get involved whenever they need someone to have a decent opponent, right? If you've got someone that you want to showcase and you want to give them a win, or you want to give them a good run out there against, like, you know, someone that knows what they're doing, then they've got a couple of options. One direction they can turn to is Lindsay. The other direction they can turn to is Timothy Thatcher, because Timothy Thatcher is in a similar boat. He kind of works as a producer, as a coach, behind the scenes. And so we've even seen him featured a few times. But the thing with Evolve is its primary focus, its primary purpose is to actually evolve talent and actually bring talent through and get them ready for NXT and get them ready for, you know, that next step. So Lindsay is not someone they're looking at to evolve. but he is someone that will feature from time to time in Evolve. So I think just feature him when you need him. I mean, should they sign Lindsay? Should they get behind Lindsay? Has he still got something to offer? That's a whole different conversation. But actually, like, you know, trying to use him to kind of get over some of that talent they are trying to promote. Fine, I'm not down on that. So, yeah, when it comes to Lindsay, I think what they're doing is okay. I don't really have any issue with it. But as we said, he sadly is no longer really the focus for the business moving forwards. Hannah said, Daze, hi. I like how the Evolve streams are sprints. We know that you're the fastest streamer. I see big things for Armstrong, Kylie Armstrong. She's a future WrestleMania main eventer with JC. Ah, interesting. I really like Kylie Armstrong. I mean, look, one of the reasons why I've not abandoned Evolve is because not only do I enjoy the show, but I like to know who's coming through as well. And I think, you know, LFG was something that I was kind of interested in watching, but that's not presented as a brand, of course. That's like more like a reality show. There's a lot of talking on that show. That's a show that I can't watch, actually. I'd have to go to Watch Wrestling or find episodes online buried somewhere. And sadly, it's not something that I can sit down and watch on YouTube or watch on Netflix. So for me, like, that one's a little bit more challenging, but to be honest with you, it's not an easy stream, that one, because as we said, there's a lot of talking. But with Evolve, I mean, it is its own brand. It has stories, it has feuds, it has kind of a bit of a roster. And so what I've really enjoyed about it is kind of learning about that roster and seeing, you know, who we like, who we think has got real potential, what little tweaks and changes we would like to make to certain people. And yeah, Kylie Armstrong, completely agree. I think that she is someone that it's really hard to forget sometimes, but we are dealing with a level below NXT. We're not even dealing with NXT level. We're dealing with a level below NXT. So you look at someone like Kylie, and really what you're looking for is, you know, is she comfortable? Is she confident? When she gets on a microphone, has she got something to say? Is there something in the presentation that's interesting? And from an Evolve level, I mean, she ticks all of those boxes. And of course, so does Kendal, right? There's definite improvements to be made with presentation and improvements to be made in ring. But considering we haven't even got to the NXT level, considering this is a level we haven't really had visibility of before, you know, this is a level we just wouldn't even see. It is very exciting, yes. Kylie is definitely someone that I think is going to make a big splash on NXT, along with Kendal, who obviously we're really high on. Obviously, Sean Legacy looks to be a really great talent. We're obviously very impressed with Swipe Right as well. Really like those guys. I think there's a bright future for Jack Cartwheel and Cappuccino Jones as a tag team. I really like those guys as a tag team. So into those guys. And I'll tell you someone that I really want to see again, and someone that I wish they would give a gimmick to. I really wish they would give him some sort of character to get his teeth into. And that's Sam Holloway. He's a guy we've only seen a couple of times, but he's big. And he's got this very unique look. I've said before, like, he strikes me as, like, I don't know, I think you could go with, like, a bit of an executioner type gimmick, but not a cheesy 1990s executioner type gimmick, but just, I don't know, what would an executioner, like, I suppose in a way a bit of a hitman kind of a thing. I suppose in a way a little bit of someone that's, you know, does people in for a living for gangs. Like, I think you'd want to modernize it, and you'd want it to be credible. Like, we're certainly not saying put him in a mask and give him a, you know, like a knife and all that kind of stuff. So, but I think there's something there with Sam Holloway. I look at him as someone like, I suppose in a way, a bit like Glenn Jacobs. You would look at Glenn Jacobs and go, man, he's got a good size. and you can really do something with him. He just needs a character. And of course, with Glenn Jacobs, I mean, we tried making him fake Diesel. We tried to make him a dentist. And eventually we found something that clicked, and that was Kane. And he became Kane, and he became Undertaker's brother. And I feel like Sam Holloway gives me those vibes. I look at Sam Holloway the same way I think I would have looked at Glenn Jacobs if he was in Evolve. I'm looking at him going, there's something there. He's a big guy with a really unique look. There is definitely something you can do with him, and he really feels like someone that you would give a gimmick to, a character to, something dark, something like a hitman, like an executioner, something along those lines, right? So here's someone I would really like to see again, actually. Here's someone that I'm hoping that we get to watch wrestle again. So he kind of resonated with me. If we're going to talk about like that level below the names that you hear a lot of people shouting about, he was one that really resonated. So yeah, I've really enjoyed Evolve. I mean, it's I tell you, I mean, it's a little bit like, as we said, a fan club for the hardcores. I mean, if you're here right now, you're really into your wrestling. Because not only are you like really into the developmental side of WWE, but you've gone to that next level down where we're developing the developmental. So I agree, Kylie Armstrong, one for the future, and very excited for, seeing how she develops. Okay, it's Bryn again, said amazing stream, Bones. I enjoyed it. Project X is always looking for members. Yes, Bones. Bryn, I said thank you to those guys on the members side. I'm happy to do it on this side as well. It was a real fun stream that we just did for the members, and I think I come away with it with a lot more confidence in that game. I think the game worked well. Definitely a couple of issues with the board, which I kind of thought there would be, because unfortunately the game is a little laggy, actually. The board is a little bit laggy. You can press a button and then it takes a while for the answer to be revealed. You can sometimes press a button and the answer doesn't reveal. And they're not kind of issues that I quite know how to resolve at this point. But I know I can fix them when I create the shorts. So I know it'll be absolutely fine and it'll all look great when it comes to that side of it. But 99% of the board worked fine. I think there was just one game where it got stuck. But it was so good. Bryn and Bones killed it. And I hope everyone that watched had a good time with that as well. So yes, I'm definitely stepping away from it feeling a hell of a lot better than I was before, because there was about a million things that could have gone wrong. And I would say 999 of them went absolutely fine. And Bryn and Bones killed it. So brilliant. Okay, Casey said, honestly, looking forward to that tomorrow. I've had the worst 24 hours and it's only getting worse. Oh, Casey, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that that's all behind you now. Don't like to hear of people having bad days. So, Casey, turn that frown upside down. Yeah, that's what they say. It's what I'm saying. Carr said, Daze, USA Network put you on as one of the best wrestling YouTubers, and USA Network was right, says Carr. Well, Carr, thank you. I appreciate the kind words, and yeah, we just try to the way I look at it, the couple of hours before or the hour before we talk about whatever you want to talk about in the world of wrestling. Obviously, there's so many things going on at the moment, and so much news and things that are around that people want to normally get their teeth into those things. And so we kind of have a bit of an opportunity to do that. And then, of course, when the show starts, we're looking to, well, have fun. Obviously, talk about what's happening and react to what's happening, but we're looking to have fun as well. So it's a pretty simple formula, but it works. Okay, Dean said, do you think we'll ever get a draft pick on WWE soon? Will we ever get a draft? I don't know. There's no words on it. I mean, I can't sit here and say, yes, it's definitely going to happen. because there's no word that it's going to happen. And to be honest with you, we're knocking on the door of October now. I mean, the way the draft has worked the past few years is it's been straight after WrestleMania. I think the way that I view wrestling, I don't know if everyone views it this way, but I see WrestleMania as the big finale. I know it's not December. I know it's not the end of the year, but it is kind of the end of the wrestling year. I mean, if you think about football, their big kind of finale is the Super Bowl. And I believe that's February. I mean, that's not in December. That's in February. And for me, WrestleMania is wrestling Super Bowl. And so that's where, boom, we blow off all the big stories. And there are some that carry on. I mean, you're always going to have things that go from season 1 into season 2. You know, you're always going to have cliffhangers and things like that. So that's normal. But for me, like, that is kind of the season finale. So, you know, if we're in October now and this year kind of finishes up in April, mid-April, you know, we got the Rumble coming up in January, and once we get to the Rumble, I don't think we're going to do a draft. So, I mean, we've got the rest of this year, and I can't see it happening before Crown Jewel. Then we've got Survivor Series, then we've got John Cena's final match. So, I don't know, I mean, are you looking at the back end of December for a draft? Or early January? But then in early January, we're off on Europe, aren't we? We're going to Europe, which we could absolutely do a draft, but I don't know if they would do a draft episode whilst we're over in Europe. Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. But it's just getting, with no word of a draft, it's just getting harder and harder to see where they're going to fit one in. I mean, to be honest with you, they just needed to pull the flipping trigger. They just needed to do the drafts like week 2 after Mania. I mean, the next show after Mania, the Raw after Mania, the SmackDown after Mania, you wouldn't do a draft then. That's meant to be fun, surprises, crazy crowds, loads of, like, you know, title change potential, return potential. You wouldn't do a draft on those shows. But the week after, maybe we should have just gone, whatever's happening in wrestling, it doesn't matter. We're doing a draft, right? We can still tell stories and we can still do matches. It's just that every once in a while we need to do draft announcements. And maybe we should have just, like, done it. Maybe that would have made this year a bit better if we'd have freshened things up after WrestleMania. Perhaps things would have felt a little bit fresher. Perhaps it would have been a bit more interesting. Perhaps this is a year that has struggled as a result of not having a bit of a shake-up, right? Because, of course, by and large, we try to keep to the rosters. Well, we know there's people that show up on Raw that are on SmackDown and blah, 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 but it's not loads. It's not like it's complete anarchy, right? It's not like we've just got everyone moving around doing whatever they want. It's just the odd person every now and again. You know, someone will show up on SmackDown from Raw. Someone will show up on Raw from SmackDown. But by and large, the rosters are what the rosters are, right? So maybe things would have been helped if we'd have had a bit of a shake-up this year. So, I don't know. It's one of those where it's not a massive problem. It's not a big drama. We're okay. I think, actually, I was just saying to Bryn and Bones that we're probably, it feels to me, like in the best place we've been all year. If someone was to say, right, you can revisit any part of this year, which part do you want to revisit? I mean, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be going back to WrestleMania this year. It wasn't a highly regarded Mania, right? So I wouldn't be going back to that. I wouldn't be going back to the Rumble. I don't really feel like there's anything there I'd want to revisit. Maybe I'd go back to the Cena heel turn. Like, that was quite a dramatic moment and an interesting period with, like, The Rock saying, sell your soul, whatever. But genuinely, I think what we've just gone through now, for me, has been the best part of the year. Like, AJ coming back, Sammy doing his open challenges, Asuka turning on EO, Jay teasing, potentially turning heel, and we don't quite know where that's going. Obviously, the drama in the Judgment Day with Dominic winning the AAA championship, that Worlds Collide show being very well received. Like, all of this has happened in the past, 3 weeks? So this kind of period that we've just gone through, I think has been a really, really successful period, a really strong period. I'd say the strongest period. So hopefully we can just build on this and move forward. So if we don't get a draft, it's fine. I'll be okay with it. And there's no words on one at the moment. Right, I did see a super chat came in. I just want to jump over to that, make sure we get to it. So Wrestling Void, shout out to you, my friends. And Alan, appreciate the kind words, buds. Do I follow Alan? Let me go over to Alan's accounts. I don't, but I do now, Alan. Alan, I follow you. I'm one of the 4 that do. So Alan, thank you, my friends. Alan says, forget the wrestling. I'm just a hardcore Daze fan. Oh, Alan, thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. I've dropped you a subscribe, and I'm trying to give you a like on this comment as well, but it's not quite working out for me very well. But I really appreciate those words, my friends. Yeah, I mean, look, what we do is very simple stuff, as we said, but I think sometimes the best things in life can be simple, and that's what I keep telling my ex-girlfriends, right? So Casey said, Wes, it's a big plus. Both of my kids are special needs and they don't do good with change. It's going to be a huge adjustment. Oh, what's happening, Casey? Are you moving? I've missed Summit here, haven't I? Casey says, if I date someone, he's got to have facial hair. I can't date a naked man. I mean, Casey, I'm just saying, you know. Just saying, Casey. Some of us have got facial hair, Casey. Not saying anything. No. Yeah. Just here to talk about wrestling, that's all. Just here to talk about wrestling. Casey, shout out to you. Right, Cart said, Daze, WWE should do more Worlds Collide, because those Worlds Collide have been epic. WWE should try and bring back Deuce and Domino one more time. Let's go. Let's go. Deuce and Domino, that would save things. That would turn this ship around. Benny said, Daze, NXT has been very good for straight weeks. It's at a point maybe where they start going back to Wednesdays. I learned from you that AEW is the heel in this war. Well, yes, you know, it's why I don't really like to talk about the enemy, but nah, it's all fun. It's all banter. Genuinely, I mean, I know that we go off on AEW, but I don't care about them. Like, I don't watch it, but I don't care about them. I don't care for those that want to watch them, and I hope they enjoy it. I mean, everyone knows that I've got a lot of love for Tony Storm. I think Harley Cameron can be fun as well. So, you know, they're doing their thing. WWE's doing their thing. And, yeah. Don't know. We're just in a good place at the moment. Like, it's just really good. I'm just really quite happy with where we are in the wrestling world right now. So lovely. Dean said, I'm really enjoying NXT and Evolve. Both shows have got me hooked. James said, Jasmyn Nix segment makes so much more sense after today's news. Yes. Do you know, it was something that flashed in my head at the time. I didn't say anything about it because, I wasn't sure. But, I mean, it did have shades of, do you remember when Metaphor broke up? I mean, when Metaphor broke up, I remember being like, what? Why have they done that? Where's that come from? And then wasn't it like the next day we found out Jakara Jackson was gone? And, you know, we were talking about how, why have they done that this week when there's an invasion? Like, why does it feel like Jasmyn being kicked out of Fatal Influence should be, like, the main... You constantly, every week, you're looking for a big talking point. Every week, you're looking for something juicy. Jasmyn getting booted out of Fatal Influence is absolutely... Again, you know, the other day we said, if you sit down and you plan out a show... If you sit down and plan out a show... You're looking for like 52 things in a year that are going to really be impactful, right? Like you want like a bit of a talking point. And I think that if they had, maybe not the way they did it, but maybe if we had built it where JC and Fallon just snap and they both start beating up on Jasmyn, and that's kind of like how the show had ended, I think that would have been fine for a finish for one of the weekly episodes. You would have done other things on the show, of course, had some banging matches, developed stories. You know, if they'd snapped and beaten up Jasmyn and then walked away saying, guess we're going to need to find a replacement, you know, people would then be speculating as to who that replacement would be. And, oh my God, Fatal Influence have just turned on Jasmyn. And you kind of look at that and go, yeah, you could get a week out of that. You could get a week out of that, like as a talking point. So to actually do it just before the invasion, the TNA invasion, you kind of go, wow, this is weird. This is quick. And then, as you say, I mean, it makes a lot more sense now, doesn't it? Because her contract was up, so they had to do it. Last week was Homecoming, and, you know, the big focus was setting up the title versus title match for this week. This week was the invasion, and I don't know that they could have waited for next week because I think her contract was up. She's already done a video saying why she left. So, you know, she's already kind of speaking out and doing a little video clip. So, yeah, you know, one of those where we have got an answer as to why they did it the way they did it. And, yeah, shame. I mean, I like Jasmyn. I think that there was a future there for her. I really liked her Pele kick. Everyone knows I really liked her entrance thing, which, okay, it's only an entrance thing. But I feel like you can build on that as a personality. You know, that kind of tells you a lot about her, where she is manipulative, right? Because she's calling you in, like, come here, you know, I want to speak to you. But then as soon as she's not interested, she turns you away. Like, she'll shut you down. She gets what she wants out of relationships. And it, you know, doesn't matter if she upsets you at the end of it, right? And I kind of feel like it gives you a glimpse into who she is. As well as that, you can also say that she's like, you know, a bit of a bully, a bit of a prankster. It's also a kind of come here, no, I never wanted to speak to you anyway. You really think I wanted to speak to you? So, I mean, that mannerism I really like, and I think it gives you a glimpse into what that character could have been if she stood on her own 2 feet. She never really got a chance to express that character because she was always the third wheel. In ring, I thought she was pretty good, and that Pele kick I loved of hers. And, you know, she worked at a decent pace, and I think that, you know, WWE wanted to keep her. It wasn't that WWE got rid of her. It was just she didn't want to accept the offer that was on the table. And she said there was other opportunities that she found interesting. So I don't know what they were, but it looks like she's going to go off and pursue those now. So, yes, you're right. We do get a bit more of an answer. Silver Saka said, she said they didn't offer enough money. Yeah, it wasn't enough financially for like what she needs. Now, I don't know quite what that means because I don't think they've offered her lower than really anyone else. I don't think that, you know, she's going to be offered, you know, everyone else is getting, I don't know, 50,000 a year. She's getting 20,000. Like, I don't think there's anything like that at play. So it does make me wonder, like, what her expenditures are. And to be honest with you, I mean, if you was passionate about this, you do have to go and take a bit of short-term pain for potential long-term gain. So it's not even so much what you're getting paid now whilst you're in NXT. It's like, if you put your everything into this and it works, you can be earning hundreds of thousands of dollars on the main roster. And then all, like, you know, the benefits from the merch sales and, you know, bonuses and living the life of being a wrestler and being on TV and being on Netflix and being at WrestleMania and, you know, that if it works out. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, it seems to me like her heart wasn't truly in it. I mean, it seems like that's one of the problems with the next in line talent is not all of their hearts are in it. You know, they kind of wanted to be, I think she wanted to be a football player because she did play football, soccer, And I don't think it worked out for her. And then I think she got picked up as a next in line type athlete, right? And so they've trained her up in wrestling. I thought she was doing all right. I thought she was fine. Didn't think she, stunk the place out or anything. But I don't know that her heart was truly in it. And so I think she's probably had to be quite honest with herself there. Because if your heart was in it, you would take that short-term pain for long-term gain. And so, she said that it just wasn't enough for her. So it does make me wonder about her expenditures. It does make me wonder about the other opportunities that are on the table, because she did speak about having to turn down other opportunities that she's now excited to pursue. I don't know what they are. I don't know what she's turned down that she can now go for. But I don't know. I think to be honest, I think she had her head turned by those. Had WWE have offered her, something crazy, maybe more than most are earning in NXT, which I don't think they would do for Jasmyn Nix, because I don't think she's really done anything to necessarily warrant a contract like that. So WWE wouldn't offer that. Maybe they could have kept her. But I don't know. I think, listen, if it's not right for you, there's no shade in saying this isn't right for me and walking away. I wish her all the very best. It's just a shame it didn't work out. But there's so many people in the system, so many people, that if you lose a Jasmyn Nix, you go, that's a shame. And I thought she was good in Fatal Influence. And, I think there was potential there. But, we can replace, we can move on. She can move on. And yeah, it is what it is. I've heard a rumor that they're looking at bringing Lainey Reed in, which I'm really not sure about, because I'm really not sold on Lainey Reed. I don't really like the character. I don't really find the character very interesting. I don't find her to be very interesting. I don't find her to be very engaging. Lainey Reed just doesn't do it for me. I'm just not engaged in Lainey Reed. Maybe this could work. Maybe her being in the group, we could find a way of it working. But yeah, that one I'm not crazy about, to be honest. I'm not like, oh, this is going to be amazing. Now we can put Lainey Reed in. So, I don't know, man. So, well, I don't know. We'll see. Trini said, this is why I love Stephanie. She turned down millions from Tony because her dream was WWE. And now look, she's champion less than a year later. The money came after. Yeah, well, yes, good point. I mean, money isn't everything, is it? Money isn't everything. So it's a lot, of course. But, your dreams and happiness are obviously just as important, if not more important, than money. You live in a life of being happy and waking up each day and doing what you want to do and being the person you want to be. Certainly when you think you only get one life, maybe. Probably. Who knows? But, it feels like you only get one shot. So being that person that you want to be, I mean, that's got to be worth the same as, having loads of money. There's people that have got loads of money that are just not happy. I mean, you see lots of people with lots of money that go through depression and have to have therapy and going through struggles, because you think it's going to solve everything when you don't have it. But it doesn't appear to be that way. It doesn't appear to be a case that it does fix all of life's problems. I believe it makes it easier. I believe you probably change your problems. I believe it takes away the headaches of bills and paying for food and, the essentials. So, I mean, let's not say it's not important. Of course it is. Of course it is. But I don't know. I mean, you look at like all the rich people that struggle and aren't happy. And, you kind of go, oh, that's interesting. So, yeah, she wanted to be in WWE. She chased her dream to get into WWE. She achieved it, and brilliant. Now she's having everything, and she's chasing a dream, living a dream. She's in the company she wants to be in. As you just said, she's earning the money as well. Taker 1990 said John wants to put people over on the way out. That's why he lost to Brock at WrestlePalooza, says Wrestling Observer. Yeah, we touched on that in Unseen. Retro Gamer said, I sometimes think today's talent just don't want to put the effort in. Well, maybe. I mean, I think that if you don't, you better be someone generational, otherwise you're going to get left behind. I mean, I don't know that we can have a whole class, a whole NXT roster not put the effort in. I think there is a standard, and I think you have to reach that standard. And if you don't reach that standard, we've seen many people get released at the NXT level, at the developmental level. So I think there are standards, and I think there is, a benchmark. And I think that if you're an athlete, you are someone that I think is used to kind of pushing yourself and trying to achieve goals. And so I think that a lot of them are very motivated when it comes to putting in effort, right? But no denying there'll be some that aren't. No denying there will be people that walk through the door that turn up late, have a bit of an attitude problem, that think wrestling might be below them, that don't get it, that aren't engaged, are a bit lazy. I mean, of course you're going to get these people. Absolutely you're going to get those kinds of people. Well, I think that is a side that we don't always see, to be honest. We only see the characters on screen. We don't know the people behind the scenes. And I think actually respect to Jasmyn, because if her heart wasn't in it, if this wasn't everything to her, then maybe it was right she walked away. So respect, But I mean, I'll bet anything there's people in the PC that are very much not giving everything and are unsure if this is for them, and maybe even have an attitude problem and all that. I'm not saying that was Jasmyn. I'm just saying that, yes, law of averages would say that you would have those people, but I don't think those people are going to make it very far. And, this is why you maybe see when we get that kind of wave of releases, there tends to be like NXT releases. And sometimes there's a load of names you've not heard of. There's a load of people that's just like, they've let this person go, that person go, and they didn't even make it to NXT because, they didn't make the grade for whatever reason. So, yeah, you will get those people. Johnny said Stephanie knew that she had the it factor to make it big, so it was a worthy risk to turn down a bigger financial offer. Eric said, Daze, spill the beans and toast. You're replacing her in Fatal Attraction, aren't you? Well, I should, to be honest, because I know all of the entrants and I am cute AF. I think we can agree on that. So, I do feel like there would be a lot I could bring to that group. But I've waited all day. I mean, I got up early today and I have literally just been sat here by my phone just waiting for it to ring, and it hasn't rung. I am very disappointed, so I don't know if that's maybe going to come tomorrow or something like that. I mean, Ava was apparently in England doing business, so I thought there'd be a knock at the door today, like, oh my God. Jasmyn told us last week she was leaving. I've been sent here to recruit you as the newest member of Fatal Influence. Have you got any hot pants? Have you got a little sports bra top that you can wear? And of course, my answer to both of those would be yes. And I'd get them out, I'd put them on, and I'd model Ava. I'd, show Ava like how I would look in the ring attire. And I think as soon as she would see that, I'd be in the group, yeah. So, I don't know. It's frustrating, but I'm not losing heart just yet. Not losing heart. You lot can see that it makes sense. Surely they can as well. Trini said, as much as she has the it factor now, it's less than 4 years ago that Stephanie was sleeping in a kitchen and homeless. The hard work and motivation it must have taken to go from there to here, I respect. James said, Daze, you're about to turn into Daisy. Oh, imagine that. Imagine that. Daisy Duke is what my wrestling name is going to be. Daisy Duke. And I will wear Daisy Dukes. And I'll make sure they're extra small. Porky Pig said, I don't think we would want to see you wearing a bra. Well, it wouldn't be a bra. Not in like a kinky way. It'd be like a sports type bra. I've got to fit in with the aesthetic of the group. I mean, do you know what I mean? If I'm standing next to JC and Fallon, I'm going to have to wear, like, something similar. You know, like with the stocking straps and all that stuff. I'd have to wear all that as well, wouldn't I? I mean, basically, I would say to Jasmyn, just give me what you wore, and I'll just wear what you wore. So whatever Jasmyn was wearing, that's what I would have to pop on, yeah? And don't act like you wouldn't be interested in seeing that Porky Pig, yeah? Because I've got some DMs from you that I can show people where you were pleading for pictures of me wearing something similar like that. Don't make me break them out, right? Take a 1990 said, Daze, you should apply to become a Slagent D. Slagent D. Chelsea would be thrilled to have you, Daze. Well, maybe. I don't want to spread myself too thin. Iron Sentinel said, I just got here. What did I miss? All I heard was Daze and hot pants. You're in the right place, my friends. You're in the right place. No, we were just talking about the Daze news. Obviously, a big story today is that Jasmyn is gone from WWE. And so that means that we are looking for a replacement. So that's kind of where the conversation was. But yeah, word on the street is that Lainey Reed is believed to be that person, or is going to be that person. Which might explain why she was sniffing around the group for the past few weeks. Lainey Reed has been around, hasn't she? I think they've tried to plant those seeds for a while that she would be the replacement. Right, Eric said this community knows that they want to see Daze in a bra. Well, it's not a bra as such. It's like a sports bra thing, you know. I don't want people thinking I'm weird. Trini said, Daze, I love you as sunny days, friendship, love, of course. You're no James, but I like you enough to stop you from wearing Daisy Dukes. Come on, Trini, you'd love to see that as well. Come on. I think a lot of you are wrestling with your sexual feelings here, and I don't really understand why. Why don't I just pop them on, go in the group, and you lot just enjoy the show? Yeah. And it would be a hell of a show. Yeah. I tell you what, you think Lola Vice's got junk in the trunk? Yeah. You think Rikishi was packing a lot in the back? Oh, mate. Let me know. What a sight. James said, Daze, you would be the love child of like RuPaul and Santina Marella. I think that's a great way of summing it up, to be honest. Dean said, if you was a wrestler, what music would you come out to? Oh, that's a really good question, actually. Has anyone got a good piece of music that they would recommend, or that they would say? I actually think, you know, for me, I would be looking at like a dance, some sort of a dance tune, an EDM type tune. I don't really feel like there's loads of EDM. I feel like there's a lot of metal and there's a bit of like power pop. Yeah, a bit of rock in there, right? And stuff like that. But actual like things that have got like a big beat to it, where it's like really just going off. I mean, I really liked Caden and Katana with their kind of energy that they would come out to, you know? They were kind of coming out to a bit of a dance sort of EDM type vibe. And I don't think there's loads of people that kind of do that. So I'd probably looking at like, I don't know, I'd have to have a look, see what the Prodigy had, you know? Go like down those roads, have a look at the Prodigy, have a look at Chemical Brothers, have a look at something like that. I'd want something that's got like, you know, a really good intro, like Stone Cold's Glass shattering, and then like kicks off. I'd be looking for something like that. And then you just like make your way out as the place is going crazy. Like a full-blown flipping rave has broken out, you know. I'd love something like that. Something like that. I don't particularly have a piece of music. But, I mean, I'm thinking something along the lines of Prodigy Firestarter. Something like that, where it's just flipping, let's go. Let's go. Foxlight said, blue, dabba-dee, dabba-da. Dabba-dee, dabba-da, dabba-dee, dabba-da. He's blue, dabba-dee, dabba-da. Yes, let's go. Glockness said, Rocket Man. Oh, Marshman said Oasis. Effing in the bushes, yes. We put this festival on for you. For the love of... We worked 1 year for you, pigs. Yes, it's a great... It's what Oasis walk out on stage to, isn't it? It's their intro. It's good. Mayor Pete said Daze likes to wear demolition costumes. I do, but I would never... I'd never break them out for wrestling purposes. They're too expensive. Liam said, Daze, I've never watched Evolve. Do you think I need to watch it from the start, or can I watch it from today's episode? Watch it from today's. It's a little bit like saying I've never watched NXT. Shall I watch it from the beginning? I'd be like, no, don't do that. I mean, you can do, but that's a hell of a commitment. This one's not as big a commitment. I think, are we up to like episode 25 or something now? It's still a commitment, though. Still going to take you a fair bit of time. But no, I mean, the stories aren't that complex. I mean, there's only a couple of bits and bobs that are going on at the moment. You just need to know that Kylie Armstrong is the women's champ. She's the only women's champ we've had. Jackson Drake is the men's champ. He's the only men's champ that we've had. There's a group called the Vanity Project that you kind of see a fair bit of. Jackson Drake is part of that group, as are Swipe Right. They're a tag team that we're going to see tonight taking on Chase U. We've just seen Kendal Gray against Wendy Choo. Yeah, really fun. A really good match last week, you know. Really enjoyed that. And I think one thing about Evolve is that genuinely we have seen the community rate some of the matches as great. Like, they have actually clicked over into that great range. So there's definitely been a lot of stuff that's gone down that people have really enjoyed in ring. Some of the stories are a bit, okay. They're not that in-depth. So, no, very easy to pick up and watch. Eric said, did you hear the interview that Punk said he didn't think Vince would buy the right to cult of personality back in the day? I did, yeah. Apparently he asked for that because he didn't think Vince would do it, and he did. And I think he was trying to inconvenience him. So, fair play. Rob said, Demolition is Daze's Sunday lounge around the house gear. Actually, fun fact, I wear that gear pretty much every day. I just like to wear it under the clothes. And then that way, like, I get a bit of a kinky feeling even when streaming. So I am a pervert, but I do try to keep it very closeted. I mean, obviously having these kind of conversations doesn't help with that. But yeah, you know, my commitment to the S&M community should never be questioned. Wendy Choo was good, said Adam. Wendy Choo was good, yes. I don't know what's next for her, though, because she spoke and said that she quitted. Are we going to see a big character change now? I mean, they made a big deal out of her not speaking, and then she spoke and said that she quitted. But, I mean, that's quite big for Wendy, and it's quite a knock to her aura. And it does make me wonder, what are we doing with her? Like, is she just going to come back and be more vicious and try and get momentum again? Or is this an opportunity to completely change her character? William said, the picture of me in Daisy Dukes, cowboy boots, flannel crop top, on my horse, moving cattle around, cis gun with belt holder, cowboy hats, like a classic Willie on a hobby ranch. So, William, it's an image that I think we would all love to see. I think we would all love to see you in that environment. Reese said TNA have pulled Masha Slamovich's Victory Road title match for Friday. Yeah, I saw the texts and I saw the pictures, and it doesn't look good, does it? I mean, we don't know what's gone on. So we don't know, I don't know, she might come out and say it was, it was self-defense. This person came after me, but the pictures are of a guy, and he's got, like, busted lip, and he's got marks on his face and everything. And I don't know. I really don't know what's happened there. It doesn't look good, and they're absolutely right to investigate it. So, yeah, doesn't look good. Which is honestly heartbreaking, and a little bit like Tessa, but only in the sense of, something unsavory has happened, and so now we're having to investigate it. And Tessa, it was a fantastic wrestler, still is. Masha, a fantastic wrestler. I was really high on Masha. I've actually praised Masha a lot for her in-ring. But, I mean, obviously no one knew this was going on. So, yeah, investigate it, see what kind of comes out of it. But they're right to obviously suspend and investigate. I can't say they're not. I believe they are. And there's some messages, which I didn't really spend too long, digging into. I did read them. But it's like a conversation, like you should have supported me and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. The pictures are the ones that shocked me the most. And we'll have to see what comes of that investigation. Masha's husband is Akira from MLW. He does death matches, says James. Well, I don't know what I can say, really. I don't know what to say. Actually lost for words. I mean, I don't know what to kind of really add to that I've already said. Yeah, it's just a horrible situation, isn't it? You can't. I don't even know what I want to hope for. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to sit here and say hopefully it was self-defense, because that means that she's been going through some horrific stuff. And in a way, I suppose I'm kind of hoping that it was like a self-defense thing so that she doesn't lose her career, because I think she's a great talent. But I don't know, it's a weird thing to say, let's hope it's self-defense. Like, that doesn't feel comfortable saying it. I don't really stand by that. So it's like, I don't know. It's something which we'll have to see kind of what happens with the investigation, but it doesn't look good, does it? James said, lost for words. That's the first. Well, it was going to happen eventually. Thoughts on Tony Khan announcing a stadium show today to counter WrestleMania 2027. I've not seen that announcement, but you say he's announced a stadium show in 2027. I don't keep up with AEW news. So, did he announce it on his X account? Tony Khan. Let's have a look. Tony Khan. Right. Where are you, Tony? Tony is talking about Dynamite and quite a lot, actually. Thank you, Jaguar fans. Oh, that's from the 21st. He hasn't put anything out on his X account. Maybe he announced it on like an interview or something. Don't know. I can't really comment because I've not seen. I'd be surprised, though, if he would announce a stadium show, because we're so far away from it, you know? Like, we got to get through 2026. I don't know that you would necessarily, like, book a stadium now for 2027. So, don't know. I've not seen that news, though. Glock said, let's hope it's false allegations. Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know where those pictures have come from or what those pictures are. Maybe it's a fan that has just found pictures and are trying to make some up, but that would be very easy to, you know, kind of explain away, wouldn't it? She could just get her husband to say, no, this is a load of rubbish. It's got, no, absolutely not. And then that's it, kind of end of the investigation, isn't it, really? If her husband's like, no, that's not me. So, I don't know. It's probably not looking good because, I mean, I'm guessing they are a picture of, or pictures of him. And I'm guessing more than likely this is one of his friends or an acquaintance or clearly someone that's in that inner circle. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what comes of it and just take it a step at a time. Right, Reese said, I'm not a fan of WrestleMania 2027 being announced so early. It feels like next year's WrestleMania is being pushed to the side to make a big deal out of the Saudi show. Well, it won't feel that way when we get to it next year, will it? I mean, where we are right now, it doesn't really matter about WrestleMania next year. Like, we're not even in October yet. So as long as they sell the tickets that they need to sell, We haven't even started the build for WrestleMania. Once we get to WrestleMania season, we'll be fully locked into WrestleMania 42, so it'll be all right then. But I don't know. I think the fans are also making the Saudi Mania a big deal, because it is a big deal. The fact it's going outside of North America for like the first time. So I think the fans are kind of fueling that as well as WWE. So it'll die down, though. It'll die down eventually. Okay, right. We are going to go over to Evolve. It always goes up about 5-2, which is now. And yes, it is there, actually. Oh, kids. Guess what? It's there. We're not going to press play yet. We always wait for it to get to the hour mark. But it says, Evolve Prime Minister Stevie Turner makes a historic announcement regarding the men's and women's championships. There's going to be a historic announcement on the show tonight. How about that? Let's go. Edward said, how are you? The day is getting closer. Also, how is your mom and dad and Kia? And as of right now, it's 10-1 in the morning. And it is my birthday tomorrow, as it is going to be Thursday. Well, Edward, very happy birthday to you for tomorrow, of course. And I wish you a very, very special day. In regards to how everyone is, everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's good your end as well. So, yes, it's getting closer, isn't it, Edward? Stepping away from our little community. Going off to pursue. He's Jasmyn Nix in us. That's what he's doing. He's Jasmyn. We've got our very own Jasmyn Nix. Only we call her Edward Brown. And he is walking away to pursue other opportunities. He wasn't happy with the contract that we gave. And, other opportunities have shown themselves. So, yes, unfortunately, we're losing our very own Jasmyn Nix. Edward Brown. James said, Daze, have you seen Rooney's interview? He spoke about mental health. He said he would be dead now if it wasn't for choline. I didn't see the interview, but I did see that quote. One of the things I do each day is check the BBC website, and not that kind of a website, thank you. Right? I do go there later, but I go to the British Broadcasting Corporation website. I think we've all got a website maybe where we get our news. Maybe a lot of the youngsters go to TikTok these days. I don't. I go to the BBC website. I get my news there to see what's happening in the world. They do great like sports coverage as well, obviously news coverage and everything. And I've just been doing that for what feels like decades now. So whenever I wake up, it's like the first place I go. And I saw him say that quote. So, but I didn't see the interview. So. Taker 1990 said Daze Laney being with Fallon and Jasmyn would be good for her. I think JC and Fallon would really help. Yes, it would be good for her. I'm not sold on Laney at the moment, but I've not seen loads of her, so it could work. Right, we're almost getting to the point where we're going to hit play. We just got a minute to go. Kai Play said, sorry for leaving early. My roommate makes me go to bed so that I don't wake her up. Your roommate makes you go to bed. What? Dude, you're being bullied. Tell your roommate to do one. Have to leave streams early and all that stuff. I wouldn't be tolerating that, let me tell you. Edward said, when I say tomorrow, I mean Friday. Well, for Friday, happy birthday. Right, we have hit the mark and I'm pressing play. I'm doing it. To be original, here we go. Apparently, there's going to be an announcement, a historic announcement about both of the championships tonight. So, okay, I've got the. Is this still the old then now. It is, isn't it? This is still the old then now forever. Oh my god, do we need to tell someone? We need to tell someone. Someone get in touch with Robert Stone and tell him that we're not using the new signature. We're using the old signature. Oh, here we go. Straight away. Uriah Connors is in. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Huh? There's going to be a special in 3 weeks. Oh, yes. Evolve, Succession. Both belts are going to be on the line in 3 weeks' time. It's going to be like a special. So it's still going to be on the Wednesday. But that's great. I love that. Yeah, I mean, they don't need to do PLEs. They just need to, like, boost the weekly shows. And just doing that once in a while, once a month or something, would just boost things. And now we're bringing out Kendal Grey. Literally my favorite color. Kendal Grey. So, Kendal Grey is making her way down. And we are underway with Evolve. Yeah, I love that announcement. Do you know, I really thought she was going to announce, like, a number 1 contenders match. Winner would face the champs. I was kind of mentally prepared for it to be something like that. But, no. It's actually going to be a special episode. Kendal Grey is in the ring. Okay, if you are watching or you're joining us and you don't know where to find this, it's on Tubi. Okay, Kendal Grey in the ring. Do y'all remember when I made Wendy quit? We do. All my hard work is paying off, says Kendal. Kendal. She came to find who she was. There's not a woman on my level, says Kendal. And that includes Kylie Armstrong. Yeah, man. They've built up Kendal really well. Imagine Kendal against Kylie 1-on-1. Do it. Yeah. Match. Do the match. Do the match. Pete Rosenberg likes it. Here's Kylie. Okay. Too strong. Armstrong. There's a too strong Armstrong chant. Quite a few people in the crowd this week, you know. Evolve Succession in 3 weeks. Okay, so Callie's like, I knew you'd be coming for this when you beat Wendy last week. You're scrappy. But I want to make one thing crystal clear. Everyone looks the same when their back's on the mat and their arms in an armbar. Here's Chantel Monroe. We haven't seen loads of Chantel. We've seen a little bit of Chantel. To be special. They're calling it a Tubi special, so you know where to go. It's clever. Watch your mouth. Yeah, watch your mouth. She got shiny boots, ain't she? I got them. They go with my demolition costume. The Evolve Championship's in the hands of the wrong woman. You've had your title shot. I'd be the champ now if it wasn't for Kylie Ray. Okay, who's coming out now? I don't know anyone's music. Stevie Turner's coming out. I certainly don't know her music. You're going to try and make this a triple threat. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, I like that. Don't come out here and make a triple threat like a lazy prime minister. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. So Kylie wants a singles match, and I think that's fair. She doesn't. It's not her fault, is it? I hear you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Tonight. One-on-one. Yes. Tonight. Winner faces Kylie. That's great. So we're going to find the number one contender tonight. It's either going to be Chantel or it's going to be Kendal Gray. Surely it's Kendal. Surely it's Kendal. They've done a lot more work with Kendal, building up Kendal. The only thing I would say is if they want Kylie to keep that belt going forwards, it probably makes sense that it's Chantel, because Kylie can beat Chantel. If you want to switch the title, then you would go Kendal. But there's word that Kendal's on the verge of going to NXT, so you might not want to wait. You could do Kylie Kendal and have Kylie win. That's great. Sometimes we do watch these shows, and it's going to happen a lot in the future as well, where you watch the shows and they just want to get some talent on that we've not really seen before. And they just want to find a way of, like, you know, doing what it should be doing, which is promoting that next wave of talent, yeah? But we do want stories, and we do want to be tuning in for reasons, you know? Like, this is meant to be, or it feels like it is, like its own brand. So to start with an announcement that we're going to be doing a special in 3 weeks, then have Kendal come out, then have Chantel interrupt, then have Kylie make a great point about how don't make this a triple threat, yeah? Really, really good. And we've had the announcement. We've got a big match tonight, a number one contenders match, which we didn't know about before we started. So we've got Chase U against Swipe Right, but we've also got Kendal Gray against Chantel Monroe. Winner will fight for the title in a few weeks' time. Right, Kendal Gray, Chantel in a Women's Evolve number one contenders match tonight, said Wrestling Fan. Okay. I noticed something about Chantel, but I can't say it says Glock. Oh, Glock, would you get cancelled, buds? Would you get cancelled? Okay, we've got the Sean Legacy thing. These are great, these are. So this Sean Legacy at his place of work. So there's that guy wearing in Sean Legacy's trunks and boots, and this is Evolve. These are great. These remind me so much of like old like adverts for Attitude Era or New Generation, you know? It's good, that is. It's good. Okay, here's Vanity Projects. Here's Stevie. Be a dear. Okay, so tell Jackson, who's he going to be? Why are we hiding? What's going on? Why are we? This is like pervert cam. We're like hiding behind a metal thing. Fit game is on point. Brooks Jensen. Brooks, Keanu, winner faces Jackson Drake. Stevie said what I say is final. What? I don't like that. Why were we doing that? Why was we flipping hiding behind that pillar? Chase you, Matt. It's not as good without Thea Hale. Why is Thea Hale not still with this version of Chase You? Right, we got Kale Dixon, Uriah Connors, Andre Chase is with them as well. Okay, let's go with bang, bang, bang. Fake you. Robert Stone calls them fake you. I never did any of this shiz for fame. Just love to make people laugh. I'm always doing stupid shiz, says William. Okay, here's swipe right. Here's swipe right. Hondos. Hondos. They're a really good tag team, these two. The boys are here, said Robert Stone. It would actually be really fun if they kind of went over to Robert Stone and like interacted with him, treated him like that he was kind of an honorary member, and then just like have a dirty look at Pete Rosenberg and just kind of. I don't know if they're there or not. I think they might be. I feel like the commentary table is like on the hard cam side. So I think they're there live. I don't think they like dub it after. The boys are here. Okay, swipe left is the chance. Thea who? It's been so long since we've seen her, said James. That is true, isn't it? That is true. Okay, right, we're locking up. We've got Kale in there with Ricky. Slap coming in there by Ricky. We definitely need to get some tag titles, don't we? I really feel like we need tag titles. Evolve tag titles. Chop coming in there by Ricky, but missed with it. Kale Dixon backing away. Chase U freshly reformed. The previously defunct Chase U with Andre Chase on NXT. Gets the ropes. Little tag made there by Ricky as Brad Baylor comes in. Big boots in the midsection. Here we go. This is where these two shine. Working together, but lovely work there by Uriah. Drop kick there by Chase U. Swipe right, go down. And Chewy is the... Kelly Kincaid is the ring announcer, which I don't think I ever paid attention to. Over against the ropes. Kick coming in. Leg drop there by Uriah. Brad Baylor in trouble. Kick out there by Brads. Chantel, Kendal Gray. That's probably our main event tonight. We tend to do like 3 matches, that same spot again. Oh, they tried to copy Chase U, but it didn't go well. Swipe right, just trying to take a leaf out of Chase U's book, but it didn't quite work out for them. Swipe right going to the outside. Big Time said, originally I was disappointed that TKO had let Jasmyn's contract expire, but I'm glad we got confirmation it was her decision. NXT has got so many women that need to eat, like Zayda, Kalani, Blake, Lash, Lola. It's a laundry list, and unfortunately there's only so many titles to go around. Angel said, Uriah on NXT on fire last night. There was goods. It was good. Jennifer said they just flopped. Mayor Pete said a leaf. Do we mean a page? What's that? Like turning over a new leaf, turning over a page. It's been long since we've seen her. Who was the ring announcer? Oh, Kelly Kincaid. She does like backstage interviews, doesn't she, for NXT? But she also used to be in Ring of Honor, I believe. Didn't she used to look cute AF wearing glasses and like a bow tie? I seem to remember that. Okay, what's this? I've got an advert for Salt Lake City. Saturday night's main event. Tickets on sale now. Okay. Spear there by Ricky. Going for the cover. Kick out there by Kale. So we are back with the action. We're almost 20 minutes into this show. Looking for a suplex. No joy. But, springing off that top rope. Back elbow there by Kale. Kale trying to get over to make that tag. Uriah. He's quite a distance away, so no joy. Lovely suplex there by Ricky. Really nice. 2. Kick out there by Kale. Recently smashed their all-time summer records. They in golf. That's good. That's good. It kind of teased a bit of a body count. Smashed their summer records, and then it just appeared in golf. That Brad Baylor looks like he plays golf, doesn't he? Boom, big knee coming into the midsection, going over, looking for the pin. 1, 2, kick out there by Kale. So right now we've got Kale struggling, trying to get over to make the tag. Brad Baylor grabbing the leg, preventing him from making that tag. No, that was good. Inzaguri, but he didn't commit to it. Brad Baylor thought he had, and then he ends up getting kicked in the head. Tag made, in comes Uriah. He goes straight through Brad Baylor. Big boot to Ricky. Inzaguri kick, down goes Brad. Uriah in the corner, jumping over the top, leapfrog into a roll. Down goes Ricky, and again. Really hot, really fast, lovely hot tag. Drop kick. Scream out there by Uriah. We got some good action on Evolve. Look at that. Lovely teamwork. Oh, springboard cutter. Boof. Driving him down to the outsides. Going big air by Connors. Uriah is on fire. Look at that, taking down both of Swipe Right. Good. Chase U champ breaks out in the Evolve arena. Oh. Swanton. 1, 2. Oh. Shoulder up. Imagine if this was for the tag belts. I'm telling you, I mean, like, Chase U looked great here. Swipe Right looked great here. I'm a big fan of Jack Cartwheel and Cappuccino Jones. I think they're a really good tag team. I reckon you could get 4 or 5 teams in Evolve to get a division. Duck underneath. Brad Baylor grabbing. Oh, lovely drop kick. Into... Oh, Connors makes the save. Yeah, this is great. You don't see a fake Insiguri too much, said Zokiller. No, you don't. You don't. He had him by the leg and he went like that. And then when Brad came back, bang, then he got hit. It was good. I don't know which way the match is going to go. I mean, I feel like swipe right, but it might not be. There's no guarantee that it's going to be. Oh. Insiguri kick there by Brad. Brad against the ropes. Double team, though, by Chase U. Nice. Powerbomb net breaker. And a save there by Ricky. Double stomp. Yeah, double stomp there by Ricky. Do you know, it'd be really good if on the pre-show for No Mercy, there was a couple of, like, Evolve matches just to showcase the talent, just to give people a taste, you know? No, you don't need to do anything on actual No Mercy, but we could do a match, maybe do, like, an 8-man tag, just get a load of people onto a match for the pre-show, the countdown show. Oh, inside cradle. Oh, no, reverse. 1, 2. Oh, I'm glad the match didn't end that way. After so much good action, that would have been a shame. Oh, trip maybe. Distraction. Uriah. Big knee. Psh, tag being made. Here comes swipe right. Bang. 1, 2, 3. It's swipe right that do get it. Swipe right, get the victory. In a fast-paced, fun tag match. Wouldn't have looked out of place on NXT, that. Andre Chase was on the outsides. But he couldn't help Chase U secure the victory here. Angel said, we definitely need Evolve tag titles. Wrestler Andy said, have you got any cards recently? I got a good Miles Bourne rookie cards. No, I didn't. That kind of collection's just a bit on hold at the moment. I think I was spending a bit too much money on it, to be honest. When you don't see you're saving up for a house fund moving, and actually at times going backwards, you're like, oh, I'm not doing this right. That right there is how you handle business, said Jackson Drake. Okay, seems to be having a bit of a go there at Bryce. I feel like Jackson Drake's like the future Ethan Page. Oh, it's next week. Keanu Carver, Brooks Jensen, #1 contenders next week. Oh, he's not feeling it. Champ's not feeling it. Champ's not interested. People are booing. I've got a problem, and when I've got a problem, the Vanity Project have got a problem. Don't worry. Okay, so he's going to send... I'm going to send in the fixer, but I don't know quite what he means by that. What does he mean by that? We're going to send in the fixer. Does that mean that that becomes a triple threat? But if Bryce wins, that means he's got to face Bryce. We'll find out what it means. Okay, we got Jax, Presley, Harley, Riggins. We haven't seen much of these guys. I don't know anything about these guys. Tag team titles just mentioned. Tag titles just mentioned. Hello. Adrenaline Drip. So that's Cappuccino and Jack Cartwheel. They want a rematch. The coffee guy. Okay, there's Chewy. We've got Nikita Lyons in the background. Mason Holiday. Okay. Mason Holiday, Layla Diggs. Okay, they're asking the women, who do you think's going to win that #1 contenders match tonight? Oh, Wendy in the background? Wendy's in the background? I did not notice Wendy, but she's still in like a dark, moody character, but she looks sad. Okay, there's Wendy. Yeah, go and speak to Wendy, Chewy. I want to find out what's going on. Any predictions? Is she going to talk? She leaves the pillow, walks away. But before she walks, she said, this is going to be harder than I thought. Things are changing. Wendy Choo is speaking. Porky Pig said, oh my God, she talks. I think we're definitely seeing character development for Wendy Choo. This is going to be tougher than I thought. Let's go. Chewy, yeah, he wasn't he at Worlds Collide? They used him on that Worlds Collide show as well. Chantel Monroe, Kendal Gray, up next, said Wrestling Fam. Survivor Series ads. Is that? Yes, it is. I've got that as well, but Survivor Series ads. Survivor Series, War Games, San Diego. Tickets on sale now. Don't delay. Oh, God. Just as they show me a glimpse of its goal in a room with Stevie Turner, I mean, advert kicked in. Got some Satva mattress. Your video will resume after this break. He was just standing there like that, and she was like, thank you for coming to see me. What does she want with It's Goal? It's Goal. I mean, it's Goal, Stan. I feel like he is self-centered, but I think he just cares about getting a pump. And of course he wants to be successful, but he hasn't shown that he's like an evil person at this point. It's Goal. So I think he's got like a likability factor about him. I could see him being like a heel that is just a bit misguided and then eventually turns face. I think he is actually very likable. Wendy Choo is interesting, said Bones. Yeah, we're going to have to see what comes of that. Sonny, hello. Hope you're well. Okay, missed play advert. At least these are new adverts. I was getting flipping tired of American Home Shield. I've got 99 to beat on Fox. I don't think we have this show. I don't think we do. Premieres tonight. Ah, here he is. Let's go. Jamar's cracked his hip bone. No one can keep up with me. Steve is like, okay. Okay, here's Ridge. Here's Steam Pigs here. Okay, Tate Wilder's here as well. I don't care about either of these. We've got its goal sat right there. What are we doing with its goal? He's come here to quit, says Ridge. Oh, he says he's not ready yet. Oh. There we go. Well, I don't know what we're going to do with its goal now. He's all sad. Okay, we got Keanu Carver. I kind of like him with his hair like that, actually. His hair looks better like that. Yeah, he looks better like this. He should wrestle like that. You don't know where I'm from. You don't know what I've been through. He is Evolve's monster, isn't he? It's sad goal, said Glockness. Keanu Carver. He's going to be in action next week, taking on Brooks Jensen, but we don't know how Vanity Project's going to get involved in that. We don't know how the Fixer is going to fix things. Keanu and Oba would be a banger, said Zoe Killer. Okay, here's Chantel Monroe. So, is this our main event already? I mean, it's got to be, hasn't it? I can't imagine them doing another match after this. We're already over half an hour in. I suppose we did a bit of a promo segment to open the show, didn't we? So here's Chantel. Chantel stepping inside the ring. Yeah, I'm Team Kendal on this. Nathan said the show's going quite quick. Okay, here's Kendal. Kendal making her way out. I hate the goddamn graphics. Does not work whatsoever, but I mean, they're clearly not worried about that or focused on that at this point. It's just, let's get Summer on screen for when she comes out. Grey, green sign. I think there was a woman in the crowd that sort of like pointed like, did you see what that person's sign says? Grey is the new green. What does that mean? Does she mean the new Chelsea green, or does she mean like... I feel like there's more crowds, and I am really not used to seeing Kelly Kincaid as well, so... I'm wondering if, like, this is the start of a new set of tapings, which I'm guessing it probably is. Okay, Kendal Grey getting her intro. Rob said, I'm tired of all these I grew up hard on the streets wrestlers. It's unoriginal and lame. Yelling equals toughness mentality. It's a good point. We have seen a lot of that. Okay, Bella sounded. Winner will face Kylie Armstrong in 3 weeks' time at Evolve Succession. Yes. Okay. It's got to be Kendal. Right, but look at that takedown. Brilliant takedown by Kendal. And we've got a pin attempt already. Chantel fearing for her life, going over against the ropes. And Kendall's like, that close. Yes. No wasted moments in this match. Kendal letting her know I was that close. Kick coming into the midsection, and again. So, Kendal going over the other side as Chantel comes in with a big chop. Chantel going over. Tribal Thief, shout out to you, my friends. Appreciate the support. Oh, Tribal Thief's ready for war. Looking at that profile picture. Edward said, did Stevie make her announcement? She did. The announcement is we're going to do a special episode of Evolve in 3 weeks' time called Evolve Succession. It's going to be like, not a PLE, but both of the belts are going to be defended on that show. And we're trying to figure out who's going to compete for that women's championship. We got Kendal against Chantel. Kendal again. She's got a hold of the arm. Her peers have been referring to her as the arm breaker. The only thing I would say about that is if you're going to really make out that Kendal's armbar is an arm breaker, if you're going to really make out that she is a really dangerous person, I don't want to see her grab someone's arm and it just not mean anything. If she's going to get the armbar or grab someone's arm, I want the other person screaming in pain. And I want a finish to come very, very quickly. If she is like getting this reputation as being amazing with arm bars and being amazing at, like, you know, ripping off arms and whatever, then you have to make that mean something. Like, it has to mean something. You can't just tell me that and then I'll watch a match and it just... We put an arm bar on and the person's in the middle of the ring and they're just in the arm bar for like 5 minutes. Like, make it matter. Back it up. Chantel getting up to her feet, driving Kendal back to the corner. Knee coming into the midsection there by Chantel. Chantel charging in. We got Kendal to the outside, in between the legs. Good work over against the ropes. Round the back. Lovely switch of direction. Takes the legs away into a basement drop kick. And Chantel goes out the ring. I think Kendall's already shown Chantel that she can outmaneuver, outfox her. Chantel's like, blooming timeout, but there is no timeout. Kendal back in the ring, blocks the shot. Big blow coming in there by Kendal. Big kick coming in. Into a net breaker. Down goes Kendal. Kendal goes down. We're going to go to commercial break as this match is going to continue and Chantel back in control. Bang. Where's said Kendal Grey's finisher, the 50 Shades Kimura. The 50 Shades. Daze, would WWE ever go back to gimmicks for wrestlers like in the golden era? I love Macho Man with tassels. Well, I don't think Seth's a million miles away. I mean, I would say that that's something that the wrestlers have a say on. I mean, you know, no one's stopping Seth going out there wearing whatever he wants to wear, clearly. He's just trying to grab attention. He's just trying to peacock. And to be honest with you, it doesn't even need to be expensive gear, because the thing with fashion is a lot of fashion and expensive fashion looks stupid. So, I mean, he can just go and raid the local charity shops, throw something together and just pass it off as being high-end fashion, right? I think the problem with Seth is that he looks stupid. I mean, he's a world champion, and some of the stuff he's wore in the past, I know that it's meant to provoke a response. I understand, but it doesn't make him look cool. And so for me, like, that has been a bit of a barrier. I think he's actually toned it down a little bit since the Vision has come along. He'll still wear, like, outlandish clothes, but not to the level that he had been wearing, you know? So I think he's probably toned it down a little bit. But listen, if he wanted to wear jackets with tassels and, you know, wear like a Macho Man type stuff, I don't think anyone would necessarily stop him. The problem that he would have is that he would be getting compared to the Macho Man, wouldn't he? Everyone would be like, you're just copying Macho Man. Like, you need to be your own person. I think he's trying to do that with these outlandish attires, so I think a lot of that stuff probably comes down to the wrestlers. Certainly wrestlers that are in that main event scene that are given a bit more freedom. But, yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people play it safe. A lot of people, you know, don't really get too experimental. I mean, there is a risk, isn't there, with doing that? It could backfire. You could do something experimental and it could make you look like an idiot. And, you know, if you're trying to present yourself as, like, legit a badass, someone to take serious, you know, you got to pick your battles, haven't you? So, roll up there by Kendal, pin on Chantel. Sonny said, Daze, I'm doing okay-ish. I might be going to Amhertsburg in Windsor for a new assisted living place. It's the downside. If I get in, I have to share a room with someone. Plus, I have to get a new passport worker. Well, Sonny, I wish you all the best. Just, you know, whatever you think is going to be best for you. If you have to share a room with someone, that's not bad. That's okay. Depends who it is. I don't think they'd put you in there with a guy, would they? That might not be bad either, actually, Sonny. I'm just saying. Okay, we got a headlock applied at the moment as Kendal manages to break out of it. She goes over against the ropes. Back elbow there by Kendal as Chantel goes down to one knee. Back up on her feet, charging in. And she goes into the corner as Kendal goes back to the middle. Kendal trying to find a way back up to her feet. She gets up. Big right hands. Another big right. She really throws some good-looking shots there. Spins Chantel around. Back elbow. Chantel down. And again. Duck underneath there by... Oh, lovely suplex. Lovely suplex there by Kendal. Kendal charging over as Chantel rolls out the ring. Through the ropes goes Chantel. Kendal goes down. I do like how Kendall's like, come on, come on. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That is beautiful. Did you just see that? Chantel came off the ropes. She kind of went like that so that she could grab her and twist her. I need to see a replay of that. I need to see a replay. That's one of the damnedest things I've seen in a while. Oh. 1, 2. Oh, I tell you something. I need to see a replay of that. How she came off the ropes. I feel like her arms were maybe like that. So she could twist her around and slam her down. I need to see a replay. Kendall's down, though. I mean, that was a really lovely spot, but right now we got Chantel going over in the corner. Big open palm shot coming in there by Kendal. She's going up. Nathan said, I missed the golden era. It was full of paddetry. And entrances were great. Spanish fly by Kendal. 1, 2. Shoulder up. She's going for the armbar. She's trying to get it. I like the fact that Chantel blocked it. 1, 2. No joy. Shot coming in there by Chantel. Knee coming in there by Chantel. Oh, look at that takeover. Into the armbar. That's got to be the finish. Everyone tells me that she rips girls' arms off. And she taps. It is the finish. Ah, very good. Kendal Gray gets the win. Who's that? Oh, Kylie. I thought it was Zayda for a second. I thought it was Zayda Steele. Mate, Kendal Gray is going to be serious. She's going to be serious. She's going to be a serious talent. If you get a chance to buy stock in the Kendal Gray business, I would strongly recommend it. Look at the armbar. Look at that takedown. Do you know, she would do well actually spending some time over in Japan. I think that would be a real benefit to her. I mean, we've got a relationship with Marigolds. Actually, if we send Kendal Gray to Marigold for a little bit, I think we should absolutely do that. Mate, I'm buying all the stock. I bought all the stock in Tyra May Steele, but I'm buying all the stock in Kendal Gray as well. That's my title, says Kendal. And Callie's like, bring it, bring it. I'm going to be the champ, says Kendal. I'm down for that match. That match is going to be so good. The other thing as well is I don't think she's going to as easily be able to chuck around Kylie Armstrong. So, you know, that's going to prove to be a bit of a problem, her trying to do that. So impressive, though. And I really do need to see that move again. Like, Chantel coming off the ropes and... I can't even figure out the mechanics of it. It was so quick. Yeah, lovely. Lovely. So there we go. That was this week's Evolve. Only 2 matches, but to be honest with you, I thought the tag match was fun. I was not down on that. Nice pace to it, and I thought that everyone played their part well. Obviously, we had a big announcement about in 3 weeks' time, we've got a special. So that really gives us something to look forward to. And then, of course, obviously, we found out that we're going to be doing Keanu against Brooks. So we've got that match coming up next week. Another number 1 contenders match. Obviously, we found out about Jamal Hampton. He's out. So now we've got a sad it's goal. We've got some character development with Wendy Choo. And then we just got a really tasty, important main event. All of that in, 50 odd minutes. It's just such an easy watch. I feel like we could have put another match in. I think that would have been okay. But I don't know that it would have improved the show. Because chances are it would have just been 2 talents that we're not really aware of. 2 talents they're just trying to build up. I don't really feel like I'm missing out there. So, yeah, no, goods. Goods. James said, Daze, the other day, Toys R Us reopened stores in America. Oh, did they? Like proper stores, or were they like those kind of stores in stores? Because there are Toys R Us's in Macy's, but they're just like just little sections, really. Or were they like legit proper stores? Toys R Us news. Toys R Us is continuing its comeback with 30 stores. This was 11 hours ago. The once defunct retail chain is continuing its comeback with 10 permanent and 20 seasonal stores. So there's 20 stores just open for Christmas, but 10 back for good. Where are they? Toys R Us has got a flagship store at the Mall of America, as well as being in Chicago and Texas, with a dedicated store in Dallas-Fort Worth Airport and Macy's nationwide. But where are these new stores going to be? Does it tell us? Because that would be interesting. I think people would like to know. No, not that I can see. It just says 10 new stores, 20 for Christmas only as well. So 30 new stores for Toys R Us. So, well, there we go. I mean, chances are that's going to be one in probably a lot of states, different states. So there's a good chance there's going to be one in your state. Granted, your states are very big, though. Each state is about the size of England. But, you know, if you're a Toys R Us diehard, there might be one opening up that's quite close to you if you're in America right now. So that's interesting. Kendal's WWE site hidden name is still Peyton Prussian. That's her real name. What, on the WWE website? Really? Her real name is what? Peyton Prussian. That's her real name, Prussian. Kendal Gray. Has she got a Wikipedia page? Yeah, you're right. That is her real name, Peyton Prussian. Well, where's her family from? Because that doesn't really strike me as a... Strikes me as like a, I don't know, Eastern European or something. It doesn't say where her family are from. Prussian. Perhaps I'm just thinking of Prussia. Peyton Prussian. She's only 24. Blimey now. I thought she was older than that. Don't know why. I thought she was about 28, 29. She's 24. She was born in Las Vegas. She graduated from Life University, but that's an actual university. Imagine calling your university Life University. Makes it sound like you didn't go to university. You know, when people are like, oh, where did you get your education? And you're like, from the streets. Yeah, it sounds like that. But no, she did actually go to Life University, where she has got a biology degree, a Bachelor of Science. Blimey now. Don't you find out some things about some people and then that makes you hate them a little bit? Do you know what I mean? She's only 24. She's still got a whole life ahead of her. And she went and got a bachelor's degree in science. And she's in WWE wrestling. And she's amazing. Oh, my God. That's too much for one person to have going for them. I hate her a little bit now. And she was a US high school wrestler and a 2018 USA national team member. She joined in January of 2023 as part of the Next In Line program. So I think I've seen her at a house show when I went last year to Florida. I went to a house show. I'm 99.999% certain that she was on that card. I'm sure I saw her and Kylie teaming up. So I think I've actually seen Kendal Gray. I've got all the pictures, actually. I should go through that, shouldn't I? I've got all the pictures from when I was at the... I don't think I've ever shown you those pictures. But I took quite a few pictures from when I went to the NXT house show. And I'm actually looking now. I don't know why. But if I've got a picture of her wrestling, then that would be good, wouldn't it? Let's have a look. I've gone too far. I've gone way too far. There. Oh, I don't know if I took a picture of that match. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I got lots of like the Riz and whatever. I mean, that's kind of like the pictures that I've got that I took. Front row, baby. Front row. There's the Riz and Stacks. Gallus. You can see Gallus boys on top. So we had Gallus boys on top for that. Oh, we got video footage. Who are you? That might be like a Jasmyn or something. There's Kalani Kalani in there. That was Ariana Grace as a referee. She came down and she was a referee. This is when she was being a referee and she had a really fun referee hat on. Actually, that looks like it's Kylie. Is that Kylie on the outsides? That's Stevie Turner wrestling, you know. That's Stevie Turner against Kalani Jordan. And that could be Kylie. Oh, it might be Carmen Petrovic, actually. That might be Carmen Petrovic on the outsides. But yeah, there was Ariana Grace as a referee. It's pretty fun, isn't it? It's pretty fun. Stevie Turner wrestling away. I didn't realise I took some video footage, you know. It's the most fake sounding name I've ever heard. Johnny said she needs to change her gear to a Prussian blue. Get rid of that dull grey. Yeah, I mean, she is called Kendal Grey, so I can sort of see the logic in having grey, but I agree, it's not dynamic enough. Just because your name's grey doesn't mean you have to have it as your, it doesn't mean you have to have it as your ring gear. I agree. I agree with you. Well, I don't know that I've got a picture of... I got a very close-up picture there of Tatum Paxley. There's Tatum Paxley, look, walking right in front of me. Oh, my God. Amazing. Oh, and look at that. This is why you have to go to NXT live events, because this was literally just before she got called up. That is Lyra. Tatum against Lyra. Tatum against Lyra. This is the picture, though, innit? This is the picture. This is the one that everyone wants to see. This is what everyone came for. Bum 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 bum. Da na 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 na. NXT, 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 NXT. Yeah, baby. I'm still adamant that Kendal Grey was at that show, by the way. But yeah, good. I wonder if Stevie is done with wrestling, said James. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what's gone on there. I mean, I don't know if she's picked up an injury and they've just tried to find something for her to do. You know? I don't know. But it's good that she's still around. I think she does a good job. I like Stevie. I like Evolve. I like NXT. But yeah, man, if I lived in Florida, I can't praise those shows enough. I mean, they're not part of, like, you know, you're not going to get stories off TV really developing much on those shows. They're house shows. They're live events. It's really about seeing the superstars live in person, going along, having a good time, having a few drinks, just, you know, kind of watching the wrestling, just something to do. But yeah, I'm so good. Really, you know, they're pretty good as well at, like, you know, the main event, the last person's pretty good at having a few pictures with people. So, you know, I've been twice now. I went in 2018 and I managed to get a picture with Kylie because the main event was Io, Kylie, and Dakota against Shayna, Marina Shafir, and Jessamine Duke. So it was 3 of the 4 horsewomen, the MMA horsewomen, against Kylie, Io, and Dakota. And that was the main event of the live event I went to in 2018. And Kylie was wonderful. She was NXT Women's Champion at that time. So I've got a picture of me and Kylie, and she's holding the belt. Amazing. And then that one, at the end, the main event was Sean Spears against a mystery person. And then Trick's music hit and he came out. So amazing. So yeah, I love them. I think they're brilliant. Really recommend going. Wes said, do we see Swipe Right going to NXT? Oh yeah, definitely. They've been on NXT already, actually. They've been on NXT already. I think there's a bright future. I think the only question is, do they go as a tag team or do they take all of Vanity Project? Because I think clearly they see a lot in Jackson Drake. I think there's some excitement around Zayda Steele as well, you know. I think she's, you know, pretty good in the ring. They haven't chosen to really focus on her right for the first get-go. I mean, they're focusing on Kylie, they're focusing on Kendal, they focused on Wendy, they're focusing on Chantel. Like, they're not really focusing on Zayda at that level yet, but she's still young. I think she's like 21 or something. She's still really young. I mean, to be honest, she's got years and years of developmental ahead of her. And it's fine. I mean, there's no rushes. You don't want to go to the main roster till you're ready. I mean, blooming hell, even if you go to the main roster when you're 34, you would still have 10 years on the main roster. And she ain't going to be in developmental 13 years. So, you know, she's probably going to be there for the next 4, 5, I would imagine. And so, yeah, I think that she is, you know, a future star as well. So, I don't know. Do you bring up Vanity Project? Do you just bring up Swipe Right? Not sure. But, yeah, future looks good for them. Kendal Gray is smoking, and she's not bad at wrestling things, said Suka. Daze Evolve was 7.7. Of course, the poll would say Daze is cute AF 100%. Well, of course it would. That's why we don't bother doing it, to be honest, buds. Wrestler with Andy, hello, said, I've seen that the Vault has uploaded a dart match from the Attitude Era with One Man Gang. Are there any matches that you still want uploaded? I don't know that there's specific matches, but I mean, I would like the Showdown at Shea shows. Those are shows that I would like to see. I think that there are Bruno Sammartino matches that I would like to see. I mean, there's very, very little from the 60s for Bruno. So, you know, I'd like to see him in action against some of his biggest rivals. I mean, I know he had big feud with the likes of Gorilla and Killer Kowalski. I know that there was quite a few names that he was feuding with that we never had any visibility on the old network. So I'd like to get a bit more of a glimpse into that. I don't know that the matches would be, you know, that scintillating. It was obviously a very different time, but I'd still like to see it. I'd still like to go back and, you know, I'm sure you can. I mean, of course you can learn stuff. I mean, when you go back and watch old matches like that, it's not just, is the match good, but what moves are they using and what's the commentary saying and, you know, what's the atmosphere like? And I mean, you're looking at everything. You kind of want to know where wrestling was then, and you can obviously compare it to where it is now. And of course, it's going to be drastically different. So it's not about just watching it for, you know, oh, I want to see a banging match. It's more from a historical point of view. So, yeah, I'd like to see some of that stuff, but I think whole shows is what I would like. I mean, I would like, you know, I mean, the war to settle the score and the brawl to end it all. I think those were the MTV shows, weren't they, before WrestleMania 1? And they're really important. I mean, they really helped set up WrestleMania 1. And they were never on the network. I think MTV might have some ownership over those. But I mean, come on. If MTV ain't doing anything with it, can't you just give them a bit of money and just buy them back by the rights? So I'd love to see those shows. I'd love to see like the Showdown at Shea shows. I've never watched them in their entirety. I don't even know if Collision in Korea is up, actually. That's WCW 95 when they went over to North Korea. I don't know if those shows are up in their entirety. I don't think the first WWE Sky special from 89, I don't think that's up either as a whole show. And that's a really important show because that's the first time WWE come to the UK. Main event Hogan Macho Man, 89, Wembley Arena. I don't think that whole show's up either. So it's not specific matches I'm personally looking for. It's more full shows that I would like to get my teeth into. Is there something you're looking for, Andy? Celebrity Deathmatch should return, said James. Episodes released once a week would be cool, says Adam. I think we're up to speed with all the comments. Trini said I fell asleep on my phone and my tablet is stuck to my face. Good night, loves. I will see you all on Friday. Trini, sleep well, my friend. And Adam said Vanity Project has got promise. Jacob said Trick is the GOAT. Yeah, I love Trick. He's got a bright future, as have quite a few in NXT and Evolve. And Kyle said, Daze, I'm very excited that Kendal Gray got the victory. Let's go. Adam said the crowds would make the match. Well, I just think it'd be really interesting, wouldn't it? Going back and just looking at some of the moves and just looking at how they built the drama and, you know, what kind of things they were relying on back then to kind of get the crowds excited. And yeah, I'd be interested. And there really wasn't loads from that time period. I really worry a lot of it has been lost to time, honestly. I really worry that someone's like taped over those tapes and they're just not available anymore. But there's believed to be like a vault that's just got like thousands and thousands of tapes. Because, of course, every time they do a show, there's not just one camera. You've got all the footage from all the different cameras as well. So, I mean, every show has got not thousands, but has got like lots of footage. Because it's not just the show that aired, but you've probably got all the raw footage from the cameras as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and obviously all the promos and all the behind-the-scenes stuff. And man, I tell you the one question I would ask: if I could sit down with the person that runs the Vault channel, I'd be like, okay, here's my one question: take everything that was on the WWE network. Take everything that is on YouTube or on, the official Vault channel, right? And even the official WWE channel, right? As a ballpark, what percentage of footage have we not seen? Ballpark. Because that number could be anything, couldn't it? He might go, well, do you know what? If you don't talk about alternative angles, if you don't talk about the same footage but just shot from a different camera, you've probably seen about 80%. There's probably only about 20% that I've got access to that you've not seen, right, as a ballpark. Or he might go, honestly, 5%. There's still 95% of stuff that, to be honest, we haven't put out because it needs to get remastered and cleaned up. And if we can do that, then, you know, we've got so much stuff. We've got all the 60s. We've got all the 70s. We've got, like, all these kind of promos that have never seen the light. I'd love to just have a rough, of course it would be rough, but just a rough ballpark idea of how much footage have you actually shown. Like, for example, where's all the WWF Mania? That was not on the network, and it's not on YouTube. So where's all where's all the All American Wrestling? That was another WWE show. So and I don't think like all the Shotgun Saturday Nights were out there, and I don't think every episode of Heat is out there. So like I can keep naming all these shows, Velocity and all of that stuff, right? But like, where is it? I don't think that was on the network. I don't think it's on Vault, and I don't think those full episodes are obviously on the YouTube, WWE YouTube channel. So where are these things? I mean, they had a TV show in the 60s and the 70s called Heavyweight Championship Wrestling. And apart from like 2-3 episodes on YouTube, I've never seen it. You should be able to start in like 1963 and work your way up to like flipping the 80s. But where's all that footage? And there was loads of WWF at MSG at Madison Square Garden stuff. And it's like, I don't know. I have no idea what the answer would be. I don't know what the person would say. if we could speak to the person that runs the Vault channel, what percentage would we say? I genuinely have no idea what he would say as a number. So that would be interesting. So, yeah, I have a feeling there's still a lot that they can share. There's still a lot that they can put out. Kyle said, Daze, I got a question. If I find a microphone that you use in your streams, can I find the microphone you use in your streams? Because I'm using a Fiffin microphone, but it stopped working. Yeah, you can find this microphone. It's a Shure SHURE. I think it's an MV7. I mean, as I said, for me, you can't cut back when it comes to picture and sounds. So, I mean, this microphone was a good few hundred. You can get another model up that goes to like 500. But this is like, you know, the slightly cheaper version. But still meant to be, you know, as good. So, yeah, I mean, you need good audio. And obviously you need good pitch quality. So these cameras are 4K webcams, which are meant to be like some of the best webcams. You probably could upgrade, but then you're going to have to get proper... You know, those kind of ones where you change the lens and you have to mess around with white balance and, you know, the all of that stuff. That's you've lost me. I just need a camera that I plug into my computer that works and is good. And that's what this is, a Logitech Brio 4K. So that's the camera I use. That's the microphone I use. And really outside of that, you just, you know, grab pictures from the internet, pop them in on the stream, and you're good to go. OBS does most of the work. Wrestling said we need Owen Kurtz because I'd love Bite This episodes. Yeah, I agree. I'd love to see Bite This. Yeah, I wonder if they were. They should have been, shouldn't they? Should have been recorded. I was going to say I wonder if they were recorded, but they should have been. I know they were on the web page. But they still should have been recorded somewhere. So, yeah, good shout. Apparently, look for that Owen Kurt match. Can't find it. Apparently, that one might be lost. Who knows, hey? Bret Hart against Tom McGee turned up. So, maybe that'll turn up somewhere. Daze, have you noticed on WWE Shop, they still don't have Tiffy's side plates? I have not noticed that. But then, to be honest, I haven't looked. So... I don't know that there's a conspiracy. Maybe it's just an oversight. Big Time said, when it comes to WWE Network, even if they're trying to transfer things slowly to the Vault, it's still all over the place. Nothing is organized or easy to find. I agree. I mean, I actually hope ESPN do buy the back catalogue, and I hope they go, right, we're going to give you a fair bit of money and we want everything. And then hopefully it just all goes in one place. Because I miss that. I mean, right now, Netflix is rubbish for the back catalogue stuff. Peacock is much better. And Peacock obviously has got the rights to the back catalogue, I think, to the end of the year. And then we don't know what happens. We don't know if ESPN are going to come in for it or if it goes onto the Vault. We just don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, I wonder if the Vault is having to be a little careful at the moment because Peacock's got the rights. So they don't want to step on Peacock's toes. So they put these little bits out. But who knows? I mean, as soon as that deal ends, if the decision is that it's going to go on YouTube, perhaps you start seeing more things getting uploaded on a quicker basis. More full episodes of things, you know? The thing is, though, if you're going to even do it, like, you know, 5 things a day, 10 things, it's still going to take forever to get everything up on the YouTube channel, innit? And if you go too quick, then nothing's going to get views because you're just flooding the thing. I don't know that YouTube's the right way forward. I think I'd just much rather chuck it all up somewhere, let people watch what they want to watch. Don't know. We'll have to see. They should bring back the network, but just the back catalogue. I agree. The problem with that, though, is that, unfortunately, we're in the minority. I don't think there's people that care about the back stuff, the back catalogue, as much as we do. I mean, you can find a lot of people. We're talking thousands, but it's probably, you know, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. It's not enough to maintain a service like that. I don't know that it ain't 500,000 that care so much about the history and the back catalogue. A lot of fans just watch the show now and care about Jay, care about Roman. As long as they can watch the old WrestleManias and a few old Raws. Not even old Raws. I don't even know that there's people that really watch the old Raws that much. So I agree with you. I completely agree. But I think I can also understand, even if I don't like it, why that probably won't happen. So just got to hope that someone bids and goes, we want everything, you know? Actually, if Saudi Arabia want me to feel a bit more warmth towards them, they could do that. Saudi Arabia could, they wouldn't even notice the money has gone, but they could just be like, we'll put it onto a streaming platform. And, you know, what do we care? If they really want to, you know, do something for the wrestling fans, how about that? Put all the old stuff onto a platform, charge $9.99, just like you said. They're gonna, you know, if they lose money, it ain't gonna be much, is it? It's gonna be however much it costs to host that platform, right? And they'll have some money coming in from people subscribing. But yeah, it might lose money, but it'll be nothing to them. And that would actually go some way to building up a bit of positivity. So, but again, we can sit here and talk about things that are definitely not going to happen till the cows come home. But there we go. Yeah. Right, done. Thank you. Appreciate people joining us. Hope you enjoyed this show. I thought that main event match was pretty fun. I thought this episode was fine, good, enjoyed it. And of course, we know that in a few weeks' time, we've got an Evolve special on the way. I'm going to run away, start working on Unseen. So thanks for joining me. Appreciate it as always. I will see you again very, very soon. Maybe tomorrow on a members stream or on a Wrestling Escape Pods, or maybe on Friday for a SmackDown, or Saturday for an NXT No Mercy. I don't know. But I'm sure I will see you again. And when I do, it will be a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.